Hey guys, welcome to Pinterest in 10 minutes a day, where I am here to empower busy moms to take control of your online business in just 10 minutes a day using Pinterest marketing. My goal is to teach you the ins and outs of do-it-yourself Pinterest marketing, share success stories, and provide actionable tips to help you grow your business. Get ready to learn how to make the most of your limited time and resources and achieve big results. Let's dive in and start building your online presence today. I had someone reach out to me in my free Facebook group. So if you haven't joined my free Facebook group, it's called Woman on Pinterest. Head on in there, ask your questions. But this is a lady that I've known her for at least 2 years, I feel like. And she's a business entrepreneur. We've been going back and forth, and she's followed a lot of Pinterest things that I've taught and practices. And she reached out because she had grown her Pinterest account organically. And then she decided to go on and to start doing paid ads. And so she was able to do paid ads and get traffic, but wasn't able to make a single sale out of the 500 visits she got from that Pinterest ad. So she was trying to figure out what was going on with her. But first off, I want to point out, so if you're not doing ads, this is still for you. I definitely recommend keep listening. Second of all, I want to point out is that she grew her account organically first. Now, Pinterest ads are cheap, but really they're cheap when you already have a working funnel and a Pinterest system already in place. Their ads are cheaper than other places. When I looked into ads a couple years ago, they still are cheaper leads. But the important thing to understand is if you just open up your Pinterest account right then and there and start paying for ads, Pinterest doesn't have any information to take from, no audience, no clicks, no saves, any of that to take from to build your audience other than the keywords you give it. And from the audits that I've done, from discussing with all my students in the POG Academy, no matter how well you feel like you've done the profile, if you haven't at least spent a little bit of time on Pinterest, finding keywords, creating the pins, and that type of thing, chances are you're not quite as deep into the keywords and your niche as you could be. So it's always really important to use Pinterest organically first. I recommend being on Pinterest for a year consistently before you start looking into paid ads, because then if you choose to do paid ads, you have all of that content about your views and your clicks, and you can see what pins are working, and you have your audience and all of those metrics that Pinterest can take from to use for your ads, and you'll get a lot better click rate and price from doing that. Okay, so first off, she organically grew it. You will save more money if you organically grow first and then you do ads to boost that than just starting right on with ads. So that was awesome. The next thing is that she was reaching out because she had 500 visits, website visits. That's 500 clicks on an ad, right? But she didn't make a single sale. So these ads were going to a $37 offer, a page offer. And even though Pinterest traffic is warmer than other social media traffic, because Pinterest is, if somebody sees your ad, chances are they're already been on Pinterest searching for something of that similar topic, which is why your ad got dumped in there. So they're a little bit warmer than just a random scroll on Facebook or Instagram. But when they get directed to a sales page and they know nothing about you, then it's really hard to get that buy from them unless you're a face that they've already recognized from around the way. Okay, so let's say the sales page that you had, you was already working really well and you were getting like 30% conversions on the sales page. Then once you dump an ad into Pinterest, you'll probably get about 3% of conversions. And that's normal because typically when people see your sales page, if they're coming from content and they already know, like, and trust you, they're going to be more likely to buy from you versus from Pinterest when they've never met you. They click on that ad and then they're looking for $37 to pay, they're going to bounce back. Okay. So the sales page wasn't getting a ton of conversions. I didn't look to figure out what the conversion rate was prior to running ads or if it was just a new sales page. But if you do ads, typically I recommend heading it to a website or a homepage or a certain piece of content. So let me give you some ideas of what to do with running Pinterest ads. So these are the ideas I gave her, and you guys can take this too. So she grew her account organically from 6,000, and with the ads, she was able to get to 77,000 and 500 traffic views on this sales page, but not a single sale. So what to go from here to ultimately make money on that return on investment from the ads, to get those cheap ads and actually get people to buy, right? Few options. The first option is to, one, keep the ad going to the sales page, but add a bit more value or info at the beginning of the page to give them tips. So let's say it is a $37 for, I'm not even pulling something out very good, a $37 ebook, right? So instead of just darting right into the sales page, maybe add a little bit of value about that so that they can kind of read, get the feel for your website before you go on and promote the $37. So you'll definitely want it to be a lot longer of a sales page when you're coming from a Pinterest ad versus a super short sales page, because they're a colder client, they're a colder audience. So you need to warm them up to you so that they can feel your value, get that, build that know, like, and trust factor with you, okay? The second idea is to, from that sales page, add an exit pop-up. So if they click on it and they're like, oh, it's a $37 ebook, I'm not going to buy this, right? But if there's an exit pop-up and it's like, hey, wait, don't leave yet, this is not for you, don't worry, you can either send them to your homepage to say, head on over here for more tips about self-care, or I have a free guide about 20 things you can do right now for self-care, or that type of thing. So have an exit pop-up, sending them to your homepage, or sending them to a video, or sending them to a freebie, and maybe you can at least get their email, right? Get their email if you're not making that sell, and then you can market to them through your email list. So that's the second idea. A third idea is to change what you're leading the pin to. Lead the pin to a value page. So look up, see if you have a blog post or a video or a podcast that relates to that $37 offer, and lead that pin ad to that value page. And then in that value page, promote that $37 offer, okay? So you're not leading them to a sales page, you're building that know, like, and trust by giving them value and then promoting that $37 offer, okay? The last thing that you can do is just add a call to action to your pin. If somebody is scrolling and they see this pin and it says buy now, when they click the buy now button, even if they know they're not buying now because they haven't put in credit card information, when they get on a page where you're selling them something, they're going to stay there longer. Now, your click rate might go down, right, with these Pinterest ads because it's a buy now. So somebody who might have just clicked on it thinking they're getting value, seen a sales page and bouncing back, are just not going to click on it because they're not looking to buy anything right now. But having that call to action, you could probably boost up your click rate because any of the traffic you are getting already have it in their mind that it's something that you're selling to them, okay? So the important thing to understand with this is Pinterest is working. You organically grew your account. You were able to grow it quicker with ads and get the traffic. But if part of the funnel is broken, it's not Pinterest's fault, okay? So she was able to get the traffic, but there's that break in that funnel of getting the $37 sales. But this is also what Pinterest is really, really good at. Pinterest is good when you get it figured out. It's good at guiding you to, like, look, I could get all this traffic. What's the next step in the funnel? What if you get them to start signing up for that little mini offer, but then they drop off your email list or they don't buy your uptick offer? You're able to keep brainstorming each step of that funnel, and it starts with getting those easy leads from Pinterest, okay? So let me make sure I covered it all. Okay, so that is what I wanted you to take out of this. So even if you're not doing Pinterest ads, you can still take this. If you are pinning a lot of links that go directly to your product page or your sales page versus that content and that value, you might get a lot of people bouncing back up, and this might lower your Pinterest in the algorithm, your profile, because people are bouncing off that page because you're promoting to them. But if you have a pin that says buy now, you might have fewer clicks, but there's a greater chance of increasing sales. Ooh, we are dry here. Sorry, my throat. So it's just some things to think about. And these are some things just to think about in the future on different types of pins creating, and if you do choose to do ads in the future. Okay, action step. So if you've been around a while, then you know that I'm going to give you an action step so that you can act on this information and move forward and to grow with Pinterest. If you're just listening, but you're not going to do anything about it, well, then you can listen to another podcast if you want, right? But if you're listening so you can learn more and really grow with Pinterest, then this is what I want you to do. Most of you probably aren't already running ads on Pinterest. So what I want you to do is I want you to go and find your top performing pin from the last 6 months. Pinterest will only give you 6 months of content, so it might need to be like just slightly under 6 months. But I recommend doing this on a desktop or laptop versus your phone. But you're going to go to your analytics, you're going to go on overview, and then you're going to click the date range, and you want to do a custom date range and do it from the last 6 months, okay? And then from this, you want to scroll down to your top pins, and you can click top pins. You can do a drop down for click engagements, and you can do a drop down for outbound clicks. And I want you to compare those and see what have been the top 2 pins in the last 6 months of your Pinterest profile, okay? Find the top performing pins that are leading to your traffic. That's why I'm saying engagements is nice. It doesn't mean they're actually clicking, but people are engaging with that. But the outbound clicks is actually what we're looking for, what's giving you traffic. But it's nice to look at the two and compare the two because it gives you some good information. We dive into that in the Pinterest Organic Growth Academy even more on how to read the analytics. But for you, I want you to look and find your top 2 performing pins, which are leading traffic to your site, those outbound clicks, and click on that page. Okay. So for me, I have my top performing pin is how to delete pins, but that's a story pin and it leads to my Facebook group. So that doesn't actually go to a page on my website for me to add or update anything. It goes to my Facebook group, which I'm happy about because when you join my free Facebook group, I ask for your email and if you want an opt-in or not, or you're just in my group where we can connect and grow there. But my second pin is all about hashtags, and that is a blog post on my website. So I'm going to go to that blog post and I'm going to reread it, edit it, update it if I need to, and I'm going to add in any small products that might be related to that. So I have a few, I have pin templates with hashtags. I have a keywords free training. I have a how to create the pin hacks and your pin design, the biggest hacks that might relate to that. So I'm going to go to this blog post that is bringing me the most click and edit it to figure out what I can do to either get them to take the next step, to either sign up for an email list or to sign up for a product. So that's what I want you to look at. I want you to look at the outbound clicks and find the top 2 or 3 if you need to, whatever is giving you traffic to your website, and edit that page to get it to the next step, whether it's on your email list or a small product, and relate to that with that, okay? What the goal is with Pinterest is once you're on Pinterest organically and you can determine and see what's working, we want to keep building on what's working. And this is also what we cover in the Pinterest Organic Growth Academy, how to easily grow your Pinterest and see what's working so the work is easier and you don't have to keep spending all this time pinning. Okay, so even if you weren't doing ads, I definitely hope that you found some value in this podcast. I am so excited for this new year and being more consistent with episodes. And now that school is back in session, thank you guys so much for listening. If you have any more questions, come on over to my free Facebook group. When my Woman on Pinterest, I have a Sunday post about posting questions. You can really post them whenever you want. I'll happy to answer them, and I will chat with you guys later. Bye for now.